my table is filled with boxes and bottles, so I'm gonna waste no time. We're gonna start from something that was started by this purchase of Good Chemistry Rustic Woods, which is just a body spray, but the way that Good Chemistry has been attempting and kind of approaching conceptual scents, you know, they have scents with like North Sky, Rustic Woods, which is I guess like easier to interpret, but they have like a lot of edgier, abstract type of concepts put into smells, put into scents. Like they kind of started a trend for me. I'm already halfway through. I've been using body sprays of that nature or like room sprays as my morning scents. I fill in the bathroom before I hop into the shower, and this is kind of like I experience the waking up. My awakening routine is heavily influenced by a few things like that. I sometimes use perfumes as well, but I guess I get a little bit stingy with filling the bathroom with like actual expensive niche perfume. But these things, they do their job. They're not long wearing, and this is why I guess I would rather go for a perfume for a day wear. But they're interesting enough that, you know, they really kind of awaken my senses and awaken my being when like early in the morning. So this was the first one, and I got two more. These two from Zara Home. They have them on really good discount in TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I think $3.50, yeah, $3.50 for very much well-crafted, slightly watery, very easygoing scents. This could easily serve you as morning like eau de toilettes or colognes or body sprays, or to that matter room sprays. That's what they are kind of designed to do. I have Ginger Lily, which is a really easy kind of freesia plus lily. It's not an aggressive white lily scent. Like if you're afraid of that part of olfactory design, don't be. This is like really very accessible, user-friendly lily scent, which is even more about kind of lotus and watery freesias. And green herbs, which so far are my favorite. Again, very abstract, simple. There's not much of a discussion here, but I just want to point out that I'm on a bit of a kick when it comes to various room sprays and kind of creating an experience that is outside of just the usual perfume wear. Okay, what do we start with? Man, there's a lot here. There's a lot here to discuss. Okay, a kind of frivolous purchase that I did break my rule of my low buy of 2021 for this one. I got myself a Serge Lutens Fleur d'Oranger. Got myself a tester. It was just being sold for a rather affordable price, and I anticipate that Serge Lutens, as the perfume community grows and there are more blogs and more awareness about niche brands and how interesting, beautiful, and sometimes difficult they are for your brain and for your senses, these bottles will like gradually become more and more expensive. So if you had some long-term ones by Serge Lutens, I recommend you buy them now. And I find that they are fairly easy to resell because, again, there's more awareness of this historic niche brand. So when it comes to Fleur d'Oranger itself, I don't really need another white floral. I don't need another Fleur d'Oranger in my collection. But I used to have a mini collection of them. I got rid of most of them, and I'm kind of miss that classic middle of the road with, you know, like just something that takes you back in time. There are a few to choose from, and this is the one that I got. I broke my rule of no buy because I bought it blindly. I never tested it before. This is not in my very hot wish list, but I used up money that I gained through reselling my existing bottles that I am trying to rehome right now. So it's still within the acceptable bounds of the way I'm approaching acquisitions and the way I'm approaching consumption, essentially. But it's a bit of a frivolous affair, not gonna lie. It is what it is. It is high quality Fleur d'Oranger. If there's any appetite, I'll make a Fleur d'Oranger kind of overview video for you and talk about past, present possibly future options in my collection, maybe something for you to consider. So leave me a comment below if you want like talk more about that. So that was a bit of an emotional purchase because it was just like right there for the very right price point. And to contrast that, let's talk about a long-term want. Micallef Royal Muscat. I finally got it. I got it. You won't believe it. Not only I wanted it for probably 2 or 3 years now, I got it from the money that my subscribers gifted to me via donations. If you don't know, I have a donation link every once in a while. If you enjoyed the video, if you want to support my channel, or if you want to like help me, you know, edge my goal toward my perfect olfactory library, you can use the link below. Just send as much as you feel you can, feel you want to. So this was a gift, collective gift from my subscribers. I finally took the plunge and I have Royal Muscat by Micallef. I bought it secondhand from Mercari. I couldn't really find it. It's also another brand that's been kind of climbing in price. It keeps getting up and up there. I remember the times when you could get Royal Muscat secondhand or like secondary gray markets for probably $70-$80. Nope, not anymore. It's way like confidently over 110 these days. So if you can find it for any cheaper, consider yourself lucky. I don't even know if I would have bought it for myself, to be honest. I still have a decant and I was hoping that I'll just fall out of love with it by the time I finish it, but it is truly phenomenal. The silk charmeuse of niche and artisan perfumery, truly love you. It's with me now. I have it. Another very passionate want, so this purchase is no regrets, is Philosophes by Dyptique, my second full-size bottle by Dyptique, and man, do I love their craft. I do. It's not even a question. I do love the packaging factor. They're truly unique, they're stylish. I dig the concept. Let me show it up close to you. Let's see if we can zoom in. Just look at that. It's pretty cool. I don't know of anything that is remotely within the same price, quality, and design kind of aesthetic factor points. I got it in the form eau de toilette. I actually do prefer Philosophes in the eau de toilette form. If you aren't familiar with Dyptique as a house, it's another niche brand that they started, I think, with fabrics, then they kind of merged into home scents, and then eventually they blossomed into a full-blown niche perfume brand. They started about the same time, I think, as L'Artisan Parfumeur and other now cult status niche perfume brands. They might be not as like historic as some that started with, with the Medici family and things like that, but like 70s is when the true trend, the niche formed as its own industry, as its own aesthetic, technical, and product design, like it's its own field. So Philosophes is one of the best sellers. Like if you don't know what to start from, this is a very confident way to edge in. There are like a few others, like obviously they have a range, but the eau de toilette is greener, zestier, fresher, and just a little bit, it's a little bit more confident compared to the eau de parfum. I have decants of eau de parfum. I'm about to finish them all. They're the fig. It's basically like one of the best fragrances that is devoted to fig. All sides of fig, as a tree, as a leaf, as a fruit. Everything about it. Eau de toilette is a little bit greener, zestier, brighter, and eau de parfum is more about the fruitier, milkier, creamier side of fig as a fruit. This is one of the, again, and one of the purchases that I'm not sure I would have made if I wasn't given a gift card, to be honest. I'm so happy I have it in my collection. It's just, you can see like I'm beaming with happiness. I'm learning, like through strict corralling of exploring activities. This is also fun and great, the blind buying and all that stuff. I'm realizing that getting maybe more expensive, because both of these were well over $100, but still, you're getting things that you truly, truly enjoy and that you just can't stop smiling about. So I could have easily got 3, 4 different bottles that are not known to me and for the same price. And I think it's still a valid point. It's a valid concern, the budget and the price. But like, I'm kind of almost proud of myself that instead of doing that, I got exactly what I've been craving for so long. Okay, all right, let's move on. This is a blind buy, similar to Serge Lutens Fleur d'Oranger, but I bought it with a very specific topic of discussion in mind. I want to explore honey-like fragrances. I know, everybody's going to talk about Harmonious Bee. Don't have it. If you have, like, if you can spare a decant, please send it my way. My address is, like, blogger address is down below. But I just don't have an access to a decant. But Soir de Lune by Sisley, and I also heard great things about this brand, the Sisley brand, but they make very, it's what a lot of bloggers say, I don't know what that means, but they say they make adult perfumes. I think Frederic Malle has the same reputation. It's something that kind of like, it takes time and very developed, nuanced understanding of smells and of perfume market and of olfactory design in order for you to truly enjoy it. I don't know. I don't know how much I buy this kind of connoisseur argument, but I'll give it. This is not Poison Girl, by Dior. This is not Rihanna fragrances. Like, this is good perfumery. It has a lot of depth and complexity, and yet it's bright and kind of almost pungent. But this has a sort of prominent honey note that I was dying to explore more, and I got it with the money that I saved on selling other bottles. I got it secondhand on Mercari, and I got a fairly good deal on it. So I would call this still a pretty much, maybe not a hot wish list item, but a success, because it will feed my obsession and my channel and the discussions that I have with you guys. And it was still, like, I didn't go outside of formality of the rules of trying to be very budget and overspending conscious in my life. Okay, these two, one frivolous purchase and another long-time want, even though they come from the same line by the same brand. We're talking about Prada. Let me show you the frivolous purchase first. It was being sold for, I think, around $45 on Mercari, and this is Prada Infusions de Prada, their cologne. In my book, the perfect cologne line in the luxe industry, like designer industry. Prada Infusions de Prada. I got myself Mandarin because I thought I can't go wrong. I love these colognes. I do find the kind of more sophisticated wintry citrusy perfumes, or more vetiver citrusy perfumes, which this is kind of like my cup of tea. I'm really enjoying that approach to something zesty, citrusy, be it mandarin, orange, lime, and yada 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 yada. So it was the right opportunity. It was the money that I saved. It was decent price, so I got this. And so far, I mean, again, this is very early stages. If we need to talk about anything in particular, please leave a comment below. I will try to kind of corral my thoughts and like make it into a more thoughtful review. So far, so good. I think this kind of very elegant, slightly powdery mandarin fragrance, just like most of the colognes are by Prada, it just hits all the points for me for like a comfort zone. I do love unobtrusive, sophisticated, not overly cloying scents. Like, it's the Infusions by Prada is just it. It's, if you want to kind of understand where I'm coming from when I say like my cup of tea, the colognes by Prada. Most of them are done just so. I've used up a miniature, and it's been on my wish list forever. And again, I sold a few bottles, and I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna again just go and buy 4 or 5 more bottles of something I haven't tried, even though the thrill of the chase and the discovery is definitely there. But what's the point of having something on your wish list if you don't really wish for it? You know what I mean? So I got it. This is Prada Rose. I got myself I think it's a tester bottle. Is it? I'm not so sure. No, yeah, it's a tester. So if you get a tester, it's just a little bit cheaper, but there are less bells and whistles when it comes to the to the packaging, and sometimes they come without a cup. Mine did come without a cup, which I'm super happy about. Okay, Prada Rose. It's probably, again, as Prada Vetiver is my everyday perfect ideal vetiver scent, so is Prada Rose. This is just the perfect eau de toilette, this like light yet again slightly powdery, slightly green, slightly this, like everything is just so about the Prada Rose. I'm so happy I have it now, and I mean, yes, they do make a cute set, don't they? A surprise little PR package that appeared in my blog, on my blogger's address, is a Herb Lauren, if I'm saying that correctly, which is a local Tampa native in Florida artisan house, and they make kind of like high-end artisan perfumery. I'm sure they also make namesake, because I imagine with prices like that, that might be a service available. So they sent me 2 scents, just something to try, not sponsored. Lady du Jour and Lady d'Amour. Okay. Lady of the Day and the Lady of Love. I guess that's how it be. It's a fairly generous, put it on the skin, it's fairly generous size samples. So Lady du Jour, I don't see a pyramid here. I already wore them once, each of them, because I wanted to give you sort of a quick feel, especially if you're looking to support local businesses, if you're interested in what high-end artisan perfumery, what could it offer comparatively to like other sectors of olfactory design and the perfume industry in general. So both of these have very rich, dense, slightly oily type of feel to them. So I think it's one of the factors that often distinguishes artisan versus niche perfumery. So artisan is super duper low low quantities kind of things. Usually these people, they collect and find rare and expensive or seasonal ingredients from which they make the perfumes, and basically they can make a batch of 100 bottles and that might be it. And it seems that in terms of the style of olfactory design, the high-end artisan brands try to go for like truly super rich, dense, and therefore slightly oily kind of, almost sometimes they, like, if they don't get it right, they verge on just a mixture of essential oils. Unfortunately, that needed to be said. I have to be honest with you about it. But if they get it right, then it becomes a super luscious, complex, and yet very tactile experience. Niche brands tend to be a little bit less dirty in a way, and a little bit more sharp. Like usually niche brand has 1, 2, 3, 4 sharp angles to the way that the scent behaves in time and space. The designer perfumes tend to be super smooth, abstract to the point that you can't even tell. Like it's hard to even pull out anything descriptive, like in the rose, is it a rose, is it jasmine? Designer scents tend to be like just polished to the point, of no return. And the niche brands differentiate themselves usually by having a recognizable angle, and they try to pack as many notes and as many angles to their perfumes as they can. But they still kind of pride themselves of being polished and clean in their design. With artisan perfumery, you can go really grimy, you can go super duper natural in kind of like in this earthy, almost psychedelic experience, if you wish, when you really dived into something and it almost overwhelms you with patterns. It can go many ways, but as I said, sometimes, just putting out there, if you're buying an artisan or like indie perfume, you might be getting just a mixture of essential oils, and that might be your cup of tea, maybe, might be not. I'm just saying, for the price tags that I see, I would expect certain level of polish and technological rigor. So I'll continue to study her Lauren, and if any of you have heard about this brand before or want to like hear more about it, I'll let you know. So far, they are very semi-sweet, earthy, patchouli, kind of like, again, like a kind of oily, dense experiences that I'm getting from these. I will still need to study how they wear in time, how they wear in hot climate of Florida, because heat, especially humid heat, can turn almost any perfume into a disaster. So if you're interested, we'll talk more about that later. I hope I don't look like I'm wearing pajamas. This is actually like a cute top. Just so you know, I put some effort in. I'm not sure it shows, but I did. Okay, now this is probably gonna be. I'm gonna take a break from Scentbird for a little while, because I got a lot of their decants over the past 4 months, and I do need to cut down on all the like hundreds of decants in my collection. This is not good, but this is one of my latest orders, and I decided to, instead of trying this, a bit of this, a bit of this, a bit of that, go brand by brand. So they recently onboarded the Harmonist in their list of brands, and I've been kind of trying to take a peek into what that is about, because the Harmonist is a very expensive brand. They had a marketing campaign across different countries and across different segments of social media and like perfume bloggers and things like that, and I heard rather conflicting reviews. So I decided to, make a judgment call for myself. So I thought I'll get some decants and I'll tell you what I think without worrying what the brand is gonna think, because I'm not collaborating with them at this point. So Harmonist Guiding Water. This was the first one that caught my attention, because if you saw my latest videos, despite my better judgment, again, I'm just rediscovering things that I thought I would never wear, I would never like again, or just never like, period. I got into fruity aquatics. 90s are back, baby. Davidoff Cool Water, anyone? Yes. The Guiding Water by Harmonist contains a rather stellar, like super duper famous from the 90s duo of watermelon with kind of aquatic oceanic notes. They also supported it by jasmine, Liz flower, it's like a lily, and white musks. And I was that close. I was that close to buy Davidoff Cool Water again, just to compare, because the price of the Guiding Water versus, I don't know, $15 for a bottle of Davidoff Cool Water, right? You feel it. But at the same time, I don't know, I don't have it to compare. Again, if you have a decant that you would like to spare, I'm more than happy to compare and tell you all about it. Is it worth the money, or are they similar or not? But I decided against it. I don't want to accumulate so many bottles of stuff that I don't wear, that I bought purely for the conceptual fun of a comparison. I do like the Guiding Water, but again, this is a weird thing. It happens very rarely with me, but it it's been happening more and more for some reason. I do like it on a blotter and on clothing more than I like it on my skin. On my skin, it smells like a cheap, like watermelon freshness type of laundry detergent. On the blotter and on the clothing, it does have something that goes for it. It's truly cheery, sweet, smiley, watermelony, aquatic. Again, would I buy a full-size bottle for the full price? I don't know. I don't see it happening. I'll definitely enjoy it. I already used up like 2 ml. I'll definitely enjoy using the 8 ml that I have, and that might be my affair for the spring season. It's just like if something changes, I'll definitely let you know, because the purchase of this kind will not go unnoticed in my perfume life and on this channel. But so far, the Guiding Water, the Watermelony Aquatic, the new and 10 times more expensive version of the supposedly Davidoff Cool Water, cool, fun, flirty, perfect for a beach date or something like that. But I'm a little startled by the price point, not gonna lie. The second one that I got by the Harmonist is, let's see which one. I'm gonna pull Yin Transformation. So this seduced me by the presence of Calypso Orchid, Almond Milk, Iris, White Musks, and Ylang Ylang. I noticed that I don't like Ylang Ylang heavy fragrances because they all smell to me like hard candy, like candy-ish. It's just not quite what I enjoy. So I was hoping that it would not be prominent, but hard candy it is. This is like typical kind of like hard candy sweetness. Orchids, almond milk. Where is it? Maybe somewhere on the background. I'll definitely wear it. This is, again, very light, easy, breezy. Definitely not as aquatic, right? Like this is truly like a breeze, like eating watermelon, like out in the sun on the beach on the Saturday. This is more just kind of like a yummy, sour, hard candy type of story. Not sure that this will fit my interests. And since it's such a rare and expensive perfume, I might actually, like, if you're interested, if you're a blogger, if you're a subscriber and you're interested in swapping with something else, I think Yin Transformation probably could be appreciated by somebody else more than it will be by me. But if nobody wants it, I'll give it a go. And the third one by the Harmonist is Hypnotizing Fire. Oh, sure. Wrap me a pair. So this is supposed to be pimento berries. I got seduced by the sweet-sour combination that's advertised here. The pimento berries with Bulgarian rose, but on the fat, thick base of praline, this like edible gourmand sweetness with vanilla as well. It does deliver on all accounts. I wish there was a little bit more of this zestiness, tartness, sourness of the berries, and a little bit less of the, the confectious Armageddon, which are the modern gourmands. But I can't deny it does have both. It's interesting. I'll wear it and see like which way it leans actually on my skin when it works with my chemistry. I think so far the one that I like the best is Guiding Water, just because it just fit right into what I'm obsessing about right now. All these like watery, aquatic, salty, woody, fruity, lychee, all this kind of stuff, like all these flirty, vivacious beach type of scents without going into like sweet coconut territory that is also like has its place in the world. So it really just fit the bill. But as I said, so far, I'm not a big fan of the packaging. I'm just gonna be straightforward about it. I'm not digging the design here. It doesn't look the price. Aesthetics is unclear to me when it comes to the packaging. And when it comes to olfactory, the design, the juice itself, I mean, it's not bad, but is it that kind of good? I don't know. You let me know. What do you think? Have you tried any? What have you heard if you haven't tried any? Are you intrigued? Do you think, what do you think? Tell me everything. Okay. Here I realized that I have way too many perfumes to still show you. And we're gonna be here for an hour if I don't stop editing at this point. So, please like, subscribe. Let me know if you know any perfumes that I mentioned, if you want to learn more about them. Basically, yeah, tell me everything. I'll continue editing this magnificent and one of the most epic hauls that I had in a long, long while. And we'll meet in the part number 2, either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I can't wait to show you some of the most lucky and favorite purchases that I made in March are coming in the part 2, so please stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.